Welcome back to Andy Cooks, the show where me, Andy, professional chef of 20 years, brings you along on my home cooking journey. And today we're talking about saffron rice with roast lobster. So before you go, Andy's lost it, we can't afford lobster. I fully respect that. This is a very luxury item. It's not cheap. By all means, if you can afford it, go out and buy one and do this dish. If you can't, don't be afraid to replace it with some other kind of seafood or grilled chicken for that matter. A piece of grilled fish works really well, some roast prawns, some Moreton Bay bugs. What kind of seafood kind of tickles your fancy will work really well with this saffron rice dish. And about the saffron rice, so this is a style of cooking rice that I'm kind of been fascinated with lately. There's versions of it all around the world. India with the biryani, the Middle East, there's a bunch of countries in Africa that do kind of a similar-ish version of it. When I'm trying to, generalize them, I'm talking about like a rice that's cooked in a pot, or par cooked and then finished off in a pot in its own steam. So this is kind of my version of it. And the idea for this dish for me came from when we were in Melbourne not long ago and we added a restaurant called Gimlet and they had a version of it on their menu and it was delicious. So thanks to Gimlet for the idea. Anyway, let's get stuck in and we're going to start with the rice. But before we get stuck in, a quick thank you to the sponsor of today's video. So it's coming into summer here in Australia and I always crave fresh seafood at this time of the year, which takes me to the sponsor of this video, Grindr. So Grindr is a mobile app and website that's filled with recipes, techniques and inspiration from some of the best culinary professionals around the world. You can learn simple techniques and then put them to use in recipes to help you impress your friends and family. Each one comes with a short video tutorial and step-by-step instructions to make sure you nail it every time. So if you need some recipe inspo, then definitely go check out Grindr. I'll leave a link in the description or you can scan this QR code here. A big thank you to Grindr for sponsoring this recipe. Now let's get stuck in. All right, so let's talk about ingredients. So we'll just touch on the lobster quickly. So this is a whole raw lobster. He's been in the freezer for a couple of hours, so he's kind of asleep. That's the best, most humane way to dispose of him. We'll shove a knife through him and cut him open soon. And we're just gonna roast them actually in the pizza oven. The reason we're not using my pizza oven is because of the temperature. You want it really nice and hot. Bit of butter, a little bit of garlic, salt, pepper, and some lemon zest. Done, super simple. And then the rice, basmati rice. So this is an aged basmati rice, and you can see that by the grains of the rice are a bit darker or a bit kind of creamier in color. The better quality of the rice, the better the dish is gonna be. So try and get as good quality as you want. Then you're gonna rinse this under cold water, which I've already done about 3 or 4 times, so the water runs relatively clear, and then you wanna soak it. So you wanna soak it for 45 minutes to 6 hours really. But I've kind of done this ahead so that we can get stuck straight in. And then we've just got some shallots, a little bit of chicken stock, some butter, and some saffron, which is super important. And on the saffron and the cost of living at the moment, this little thing of not particularly good quality saffron was $15, right? So that's expensive. And if you can't afford it, then just replace it with a little bit of turmeric. You're not gonna get the same flavor, but you will get the same color. But I do kind of understand that, not everyone is comfortable spending $15 on a spice. I've got a few tomatoes for garnish. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I've got a bit of celery salt to season our lobster too. I'm a big fan of the celery salt on seafood. I think it works really well. So let's get stuck in. First things first, we're just gonna cut up our shallots. I'll just do one to show you the size I think they should be. Often these are used kind of sliced quite long ways and they're kept quite crispy. I think for this dish, I kind of want them to be a bit more dissolved, I guess. So we're just gonna brunoise. So slice them down, cut through once, and then finally along. If you don't get like perfect brunoise, don't forget, this is home cooking. Let's not get too caught up on it. But that's what you're looking for. Nice fine dice. I'll continue cutting these and we'll come back when they're done. All right, so shallots diced. I've got a pot of water, a salted pot of water on the back there, boiling away, ready to par cook our rice. But onto the saffron element. So you really want a mortar and pestle to do this. I'm sure you can do it without, but you just won't be able to grind the saffron up, so just leave it whole. You want a fairly decent pinch of saffron, good pinch of rock salt, and we're just gonna grind that up. It won't take long. So once it's into a fine powder, we're just gonna add about 3 or 4 tablespoons of boiling water. Mix that around. And then here I've got 350 mils of warm chicken stock. It's not hot, it's not cold. And be careful, this stuff stains pretty well too. We've got a lovely red saffron-y stock to use to colour our rice. So put that aside and on to par cooking our rice. So we're going to drain this off and then we're going to blanch it in the boiling water. All right, so we have our aged basmati rice that I have soaked and have drained off. And we've got some boiling salted water and it's time to blanch this. So once it's in the water, just give it a light stir. Now this won't take long, so you want it really al dente because you're going to keep cooking this. So set your timer for 5 minutes and we'll check it. All right, that wasn't even 5 minutes and she is done. So I'll quickly drain this and then we'll be back. All right, same pot back on, I should say. Decent glug of olive oil and go the shallots. Now you don't really want to get any color on these, we're just sweating them down. Little pinch of salt. Often this dish is more layered. Now this is kind of my hybrid version, I guess, because I'm not after that crispy bottom in this instance. I'm after like really nice, light, fluffy rice. So the next step is we're going to get the rice in, and then we're going to just stir these shallots through the rice just really quickly, really briefly. Then we'll get a bit of butter in there and the stock, and then we'll let it cook. Rice back in. Little stir, just so we evenly distribute those shallots. And this is where you really wanted a round wooden spoon. Turn that right down to low. Then you want to put something round in about 7 spots. And all that does is let steam escape. So 5 pieces of butter. And our saffron stock. Turn the heat back up. Just want that stock to come to temperature. And you notice I didn't use all the stock that I had prepared. You don't want to cover this rice fully with stock. You just want it just sitting underneath the bottom. So the rice isn't fully cooked, so it's still gonna absorb some of that flavor, but you don't want any liquid left over at the end. So next you're gonna wrap your tea towel around your pot lid like that, and you're gonna cover that up. Now we're gonna cook that kind of a medium low heat for 25 minutes, and then we're gonna rest it for 15 minutes. All right, so our rice is resting at the back. You wanna let that rest for 15-20 minutes after it's cooked anyway, so it's the perfect time to cook our seafood. So let's get this lobster going. So here's our lobster. I just cut these tentacles off because they're pretty annoying. There's no meat in them anyway. And then you wanna use a knife, preferably not your favorite knife, because you're putting a knife through a crustacean, a hard crustacean, so it's not going to do anything good to it. And straight through the head to start. Now he is officially deceased. Now we're going to go through the tail. So it's better if you can stretch the tail out because you'll get a more even cut. And I reckon I've left this in the freezer a little bit too long, if I'm honest, which isn't great for the meat, but that's life. So he's out backwards now, dead center of the tail. And then join the dots. Beautiful. You want to pull the poo shoot out, which is this one here. Now, all this head, or head cheese we call it, or butter, there's a few different weird names for it. Some people pull it out, leave it in. I highly suggest you leave it in. That's the good stuff right there. So I'm going to put it into our tray that I know fits into my pizza oven. And I won't lie, this stuff gets me excited. I love seafood like this. So to season it, butter. Now I go pretty hard with the butter here because we're actually going to serve our rice in this dish once this lobster's cooked. And for that very reason is we want to soak up all those delicious juices. So butter in there, little microplane of garlic, not too much. You don't want to overpower it. Probably would have been better to make a compound butter, to be honest, but again, this is home cooking. So the benefit of making this into a garlic compound butter is you'd have far more even distribution of your garlic. Lemon zest. Lovely. Now, no normal salt, just celery salt. I love celery salt, especially on seafood. And some pepper. Not too much pepper, just a little bit. So we've got these cherry tomatoes on the vine as well, which we're going to use for garnish. I'm going to put this in there and take them out, but these won't take anywhere near as long as a lobster. So we'll only put those in for the last 5 minutes. Let's get this bad boy cooked. So the pizza oven's set to about 400 degrees Celsius that is, which is about 600 Fahrenheit. Hold on. 800 Fahrenheit. There you go. We're about 12 minutes, I reckon, but we'll just keep an eye on it. Beautiful day, sun's setting. Not bad. We're about 5 minutes in and this is where we're at. Time for those tomatoes in there. Won't take much longer, a couple more minutes. All right, we're calling that done. So here's our cooked lobster. I'm just gonna pull this out for now. Get that rice in there. That's the reason, all this delicious stuff. We're gonna leave that in there. Serve our rice on top. See how this rice looks. Oh, super fluffy. We're just gonna give it a stir so that we have a nice, even yellow color. Oh, it smells incredible. And in we go. Now there is a nice crunchy layer on the bottom. And I'll probably attack that off camera. So fluffy. Oh. Look at that, little heart and everything. Now if that's not a date night dinner, I don't know what is. One last piece. Fresh curly parsley from the garden. So there you have it, my saffron rice with roast lobster date night special. Enjoy. Well, I guess we better eat some. Start with the rice. So good. Super soft. Oh. That's delicious. Doesn't get much better than that. But honestly, as good as that lobster is, this rice is the star of the show. I just love it. Especially when you get some of that butter that's been cooked in the lobster on it. Oh. And the best part, Caitlin's not even here to share it with me, so I get it all to myself. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to go check out the sponsor of today's video, Granda. The link is in my description if you need some more recipe inspo. Peace.